And we welcome you to this edition of Field Hockey Action from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. It's a Beach District matchup between the Princess Anne Cavaliers with the white jerseys and the red numerals, and the Ocean Lakes Dolphins, who are in the gray jerseys with the dark numerals. And we'll give the rosters in numerical order for both the Dolphins and Princess Anne in just a bit, as PA is working it from left to right. Ocean Lakes moving it from right to left. Our game today is presented by Chicho's Pizza. It's more than a pizza since 1968. They've been serving the Hampton Roads area at only 99 cents each and every Wednesday from 5 to 9 p.m. It's the perfect time to gather up friends and family and start a new hump day tradition. More on Chicho's can be found online at chichospizza.com. They've got pizza, calzones, appetizers, wings, wraps, salads, and so much more for you all to peruse and taste and enjoy with friends, family, loved ones, and everybody. All right, Princess Anne coming into this matchup with a record of 5-1. They just cracked the Hatfield Field Hockey Top 10 rankings earlier today, which we had on our podcast. If you have not checked that out, go give it a listen and a look on our Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel. We stream it each and every week. And Don Warner was a guest on last week's show. Also a guest on today's show was Sidney Reguini, the junior and James Madison commit, who literally 5 days ago we watched score the game-winning goal in the rain and the elements in overtime against the Kellam Knights, as PA got a big breakthrough win against a quality team that made the state playoffs a year ago, 4-3, as the Cavaliers got that one done to move to 5-3 on the campaign. Big performance for them, and really stepping up to go with Reguini with the goals they had. Sarah Ellis scored one off a penalty stroke that knotted things up at 2 apiece. Emerson Eves scored a goal that tied it at 3-all late in the third quarter because Kellam jumped out to a 2-0 lead. And the first goal scored by Reese Klutz, a freshman, that will tell you more about her and the mates and who's wearing what number in just a bit. The sun is shining. We've got a temperature of more than 70 degrees there as Reguini's got it on this first Tuesday of October 2023. We put September to bed, and in fact right now I'm showing that the temperature as we speak to you is checking in at a very, very warm 77 degrees. The sun's not going to set until 6:44 p.m. Eastern tonight. We've got our first penalty corner. It's going to be to the Cavaliers of PA. Ocean Lakes coming into this matchup at 3-4 overall. Cavaliers get it in, and that one's going to be hit hard by number 7, but unfortunately not a goal for Sarah Ellis, the Richmond commit. And with just under 12 minutes to go in this first quarter, the Dolphins dodge a big bullet there. We had Ocean Lakes earlier in the season, back on September 26th here at the Training Center, lost a 7-5 game to Kellam. In fact, that was just last Tuesday. But they battled back in that matchup, as it was a little back-and-forth seesaw affair. A lot of goals scored in that game. Kellam had Magnano with 4 goals, 3 in the fourth period, but the Dolphins showed a lot of fight behind Caitlin Snow and Brenna McCarty and company. In fact, McCarty had a goal with 3 assists in that game. Peyton Staub had an assist late to McCarty to help them cut it to a 1-goal deficit. They trailed by multiple goals on several instances, and McCarty, her first of rather 2 goals in that game, tied it up at 4 apiece. Under 11 minutes to go as Reguini's trying to break the double team here, but Ocean Lakes effective in its defense here. And now we watch them move ahead with number 7 on their roster sheet. And that is none other than Caitlin Snow. Let's go in numerical order first for Ocean Lakes. Number 1 is Brenna McCarty. 2 is Nina Elizondo. 3 is Peyton Staub, bolded as one of the captains along with McCarty. 5, Ronley Dillon. 7, Caitlin Snow. 10, Chloe McCall. 12, Ashley Henry. 13, Lauren Shepard. 14, Carla Mendoza. And Marissa Martinez. We have 2 14s on the roster for Ocean Lakes. So we'll try to get some clarification on which is which today. Luthia Phillip is 16, 17, Bella Rivers, 18, Ada Jarabek, 22, Lindsay Hinners, 24, Haley Bombard, 25, Allie Orchard Hayes, 26, Lily Madsen, and I did skip over 2 numbers. 23 is Melanie Dunaway, bolded as a captain along with Orchard Hayes, Staub, and McCarty. Marley Smith is 0, and Vivian Chambers is 95. So we will tell you about Princess Anne's roster in just a second as they move into Ocean Lakes territory. A little pass backward into their own end. That one's going to be out of play. Out of the reach of one of their intended targets. That one being picked up by Peyton Staub. Now Princess Anne gets to it. And that one almost bounced through, but Ocean Lake's able to get a stop. PA continues to threaten here. Somehow that did not go through the back of the cage. 8:50 remaining in this first period. Dolphins would like to change possession up. And another penalty corner as they were threatening were the Cavaliers behind one of their standouts in number 8, Emerson Eves, the senior forward. So PA will try it out to that far side. Looks like that is probably Clute. Number's a little hard to see with that sun shining on this warm, close to 80-degree day. They get it into Ellis. Ellis dumps it off, a little bit of a no-look feed. Off the ricochet and rebound, PA's going to score it. That goal is going to be scored by, looks like number 8 for them. It was on the rebound, Emerson Eves, with 8:04 in our first period. PA draws first blood. Emerson Eves, the rebound off the penalty corner opportunity. Much like a putback on the hardwood, and Princess Anne is off and running again here with a chance to really put the pressure deep in Ocean Lakes territory. That one almost escapes Reguini. Let's give it the roster for Coach Don Warner. Also helped out by Taylor Caulfield Altman, excuse me. Number 2 is Roos Clute, the freshman backer. 4, junior midfielder Claire Holmes. 6, Charlotte Dougherty, sophomore midfielder. Another midfielder wearing number 7 is Sarah Ellis, the senior who's committed to Richmond. 8, Emerson Eves, the senior forward. 9, sophomore back Marin Baxley. 12 is junior midfielder Maura Graves. 13 is Lydia Senzone, a senior forward. 14 is Sydney Reguini. Scored the game-winning goal just 5 days ago here on this surface. And the junior midfielder is committed to JMU. Another penalty corner coming up for PA. This is their 3rd of the opening stanza. 16, Hallie Kraft, sophomore midfielder. 18 is Raylan Perez, a freshman forward. Another freshman is Heidi Plank, wearing 17, freshman backer. We skipped over her by mistake. Kelsey Manugo is a sophomore midfielder. Manugo wears 19. Ilkum Sarselmaz, senior forward, wearing 21. And 3 more names to tell you about after this penalty corner as they get it into Ellis. No-look feed again. And it's going to be deflected this time as that same exact play that was probably scripted Ocean Lakes was ready for to deny a scoring chance. Mackenzie Short is a senior backer for Princess Anne, wearing 26. And the 2 goalkeepers, senior Bethany Kultas, donning 64, and 33, Madison Dennis, a sophomore goalkeeper. So that gives you the roster for both the Cavaliers of Princess Anne and the Dolphins of Ocean Lakes. As it is Reguini from a tough angle, almost slicing it through as that one heads towards the hut with the CHKD doors. We'll tell you about CHKD in just a moment. One of the proud sponsors here of youth sports and activities at the Plex as well as the training center. Whether your child competes as part of a football team, likes to ride a bike, or is on the road to Olympic glory, the multidisciplinary squad at the CHKD Sports Medicine Program is dedicated to the comprehensive treatment of illness and injury in pediatric and college athletes. CHKD Sports Medicine. You can find them on the web at chkd.org, the Children's Hospital of the King's Daughters. Princess Anne coming into this game, only blemish came against First Colonial. Here off the hop, Berguini trying to get it. There's two Dolphins defenders in her pathway, one of which appeared to be number 4 for Ocean Lakes. And that is none other than someone we don't have on our roster sheet. So we'll work on some of that hopefully as we move things along in just a little bit. We might check the score sheet at the half to see if there's any changes of significance, especially if 4 is to score a goal here and we get a break in the action. PA now with it around midfield. On the move. That was Eves. It's going to be intercepted as the Dolphins able to get to it, but PA wrestles it right back. There's Ellis keeping possession. It's going to hop away from the teammate, but they get it back. Here's Reguini with the pass. Another deflection. As that time it was hit by Baxley, went off the stick of Bella Rivers. And we're going to see the 4th penalty corner of the opening frame for Princess Anne. Dolphins begin the season with wins over Oscar Smith and Salem by a comfortable combined margin of 21-0. Then they ran into trouble, losing to Kempsville 3-2 and Cox 6-1. Kellum also beat them 7-5. First Colonial winner 7-1, and then they snapped the 4-game losing skid by beating Lancetown this past Friday. And on the penalty corner sequence, and it's just going to roll away towards that orange pylon and out of action. You see the black sign waving in the background. You'll hear from Black as we take a commercial break at the end of our opening period. Here's Reguini with her stick speed and skill. Spoke a little bit about that in our interview we did with her in the Field Hockey Podcast today. Likes the style of play and everything that JMU brings to the table. Look at that. Just quickly, her change of direction was great. Was able to get separation. They try to get it back to her. Ocean Lakes. Good work there from Brenna McCarty. Check that. Nina Elizondo, had that, number 2. Even it away. And now PA weaving up the field with Sarah Ellis. That's Elizondo. As they try to attack with the far sideline. Only one field working today as far as games. Other action across the Beach District, you have a host of games. The only one here at the Training Center is this matchup. You have Green Run hosting Bayside, Kempsville hosting Lancetown. First Colonial hosting Salem, and Kellum hosting Tallwood. All of these matchups are the same matchups that will be taking place on Friday on the gridiron. There were some high school football games on Monday night across the city. And ironically enough, all 5 were decided by 8 points or less. A lot of close battles. There's Ocean Lakes trying to keep this close here. Get that equalizing goal. In fact, on the move they are, but that's going to be intercepted. A good job by Princess Anne to create some traffic for them on the move. You see Kultas back in goal for PA, just waiting back there. in case anything comes her way. It's going to roll towards the sideline here in our final 6-5, 4, 3, 2, 1 ticks of the first period right near Coach Don Warner. And we're going to step aside here with its scoreless. No, not scoreless. It's a 1-goal lead for Princess Anne. They got it from Emerson Eves with 8:04 to go in the opening period, but we'll come back with the second quarter to see if the Cavs can build on that advantage or if Ocean Lakes can knot things up. Here's more from Vlack.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
That's right. Call 757-455-6763 for John's Tax Service, a proud community supporter of local youth sports, providing tax preparation and retirement planning services. John's Tax Service and JPM Financial have been serving all of Hampton Roads for over 20 years. We're the best thanks to you, John's Tax Service. Princess Anne Cavaliers in the white unis with the red numerals. They scored first just 6 minutes and 56 seconds into this contest against the Ocean Lakes Dolphins. Cavs coming in at 5-1 overall. Ocean Lakes at 3-4, our records indicate. Ocean Lakes snapping a 4-game skid by beating Lansdowne 6-0 just a few days ago. 4 penalty corners for PA in that opening frame. And now play has been halted here at the 14:32 mark of the second period, as it does look like the goalkeeper is getting some equipment situated. So while we have this quick stoppage, we'll come right back. Let's hear from Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers. All right, things are situated now into the equipment front for Kultas and goal for PA. You're at Freddy's, where they have delicious cooked-to-order double steak burgers and crispy shoestring fries. Jimmy's going to get one later, I understand. Seasoned with Freddy's famous seasoning. Finish it off with their signature turtle sundae made with fresh, creamy frozen custard. It's right here in Virginia Beach, as well as the cities of Chesapeake, Williamsburg, and Hampton. Freddy's and steak burgers must be the place. Dolphins on this side in, as that is put into play, but only briefly for Peyton Staub. Now come the Cavaliers right back. Nice little knifey maneuver from Aaron Baxley. In front of Reguini, her teammate had it. Couldn't tell who that was with the sun glare, but Ocean Lakes in those gray jerseys trying to regain possession. They do on the move with Chloe McCall, the name we called out quite a bit last week versus Kellum. Cavaliers halt that transition opportunity as it heads out of play towards the fence. But tossing it back in is Burnham McCarty, who with multiple goals and multiple assists versus the Knights is certainly one they want to find as much as they can on the run. She can be a big-time playmaker for them. It's number 5, Riley Dillon with it. Trying to keep it away from the gals in white with Princess Anne, but the Lady Cavs, I think that was nudged out of play by Reese Clute with a good defensive play. One of 3 freshmen on the roster along with Perez and Plank for Coach Don Warner's crew. Coming up, the Cavaliers have some tests that await them, including here at the training center. I think they got Friday is when they play Washington Liberty out of Arlington. Tallwood on Tuesday, Bayside on Thursday. Circle the game with Great Bridge in 10 days as the Wildcats have had a couple of setback losses. The reigning state champs in Class 4 now competing in Region 5A, as they were beaten last week by Grassfield and Poquoson. Thought we were about to get our first penalty corner call for Ocean Lakes for a second there. Dolphins do have possession, though, along the baseline area, trying to thread the needle to McCarty, and there is the penalty corner, as that one took a hop that will be in Ocean Lakes' favor here. And a chance to knot things up at 1-1. They got it into Staub, and then Nina Elizondo received the feed from her, but Princess Anne did not have much to worry about on that sequence. And they quickly put Ocean Lakes back on its own end with possession. Put in by Bella Rivers on the side in here. Now the Dolphins try to navigate up the field quickly. Reguini a bit too quick for him. And that one is hit out of play. On the side in for the Dolphins now, Peyton Staub. Staub along the near sideline gets it to Caitlin Snow. Just seeing it intercepted it for a brief moment, but it gets dished right back to the Dolphins. And that one takes a hop and will give PA possession. Reese Clute now on this restart. Princess Anne hits it into Ocean Lakes territory, but the Dolphins couldn't come up with it on that long hit. Looked like Raylan Perez was there first. Now Sarah Ellis working it towards the shooter's circle area, but the Dolphins come up with it again. McCarty tries to escape Mackenzie Short. Couldn't on that sequence. Yet more possession time in this period thus far for Ocean Lakes as they tick near 9 minutes to go until halftime. Our game today brought to you by Chicho's Pizza, more than just a pizza. Those great deals we talked about earlier. and a proud sponsor of our weekly 757 Football Player of the Week. Went out last week to Messiah Delome of Warwick High School, following previous winners Al Kendrick Overton of Nansemond River and Caden Davis of Salem. See who that first winner from the Bay Rivers or Eastern District or the private school scene is. As the beach, the Southeastern and Peninsula has been represented. We also give out a weekly Field Hockey Player of the Week on our Field Hockey with Hatfield podcast. We reveal that to you each week, and it's on social media on our various platforms. So far, we've had 3 winners on that front, including a new one announced just yesterday with Norfolk Academy's Lizzie Adams, who scored a trio of goals in the Bulldogs' win over Cox last week. So big kudos. We had Coach Mary Werkheiser on the podcast today, along with Cindy Reguini of Princess Anne, as the Dolphins, with a substitution. Checking in for them is number 20, who is also not on our roster sheet. So we'll have to get these corrected jersey numbers and names with Ocean Lakes coming up at halftime. Everything on Princess Anne's front seems to be the same. But the Il Giardino Chicken Parm Field Hockey Player of the Week, many thanks to Il Giardino for their support of high school sports and especially the field hockey scene. Lizzie Adams was the winner this week. Great Bridge's Lily Johnson won it before that. And also a winner of the Il Giardino Chicken Parm Player of the Week was Ellis Cannon of Kellum. Reguini's best friend, by the way, from PA. She told us last week. And Cannon had I think it was a 4-goal game here at the Plex, at the training center, I should say. Trying to recall who that was against. Don't think that was against Ocean Lakes. I'm quite sure it was. I think it was against Kempsville. She had the 4 goals. So Cannon, Johnson, and Adams have been the winners. Under 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Ocean Lakes keeping possession time a lot on this end of the field here. PA hitting a little bit of a rut, which they did early in their game against Kellum before turning things around in the second half. Here with a great chance to get something created is Claire Holmes, junior midfielder. I haven't called her name out as much as Reguini and Ellis. But she's looking to step forward and help her team get in front by a couple of goals before we get to halftime. Back to Holmes they go. Gets sandwiched in by a couple of gray shirts, and there's Elizondo. Changing from left to right. Can she get by Reguini? She scoots by her and then gets it ahead to Brenna McCarty. Now McCarty runs into some trouble with 2 PA defenders in her pathway, and then that pass is going to be off the mark and out of play. Another one of the new sponsors on board with us is the Drip Bar. The Drip Bar specializes in IV vitamin therapy, IM shots, halotherapy, and hydrofacials. The average person can only absorb 20 to 50% of vitamins they take by mouth, but through IV, the absorption is nearly 100%. They take care of clients with different needs, from curing hangover side effects to providing an energy boost for athletes to supportive therapy for cancer patients. There's something for everyone, thanks to the Drip Bar. Penalty corner coming up for PA. It's going to be their first of this second quarter. And that one takes a hop off the back fence area. And another one coming up for the... No, it's not. It's actually going to be Ocean Lakes' possession. Thought they had awarded another penalty corner, but Cavaliers stay aggressive defensively. A lot of reaching and a lot of range with some of these gals for PA. Trying to look for maybe that drag flick the next time they get that penalty corner. Can Ocean Lakes get into that semicircle area and apply some pressure on PA? Here's Elizondo on the side end. Over to McCarty now. McCarty runs into a bit of trouble as Reese Clute was able to push that one out. Although actually near the sideline, PA tried to work it up the field, but back to the Dolphins now with Bella Rivers.
Work together.
Near midfield, Princess Anne with another long delivery. And even if they don't connect on some of them, it at least gets them out of their own end and forces Ocean Lakes to have to work it back up the field once they grab possession. And they've got it with Peyton Staub. Staub on the far side of the field. Takes a whack at it, sort of off-balanced. Now it's over to Riley Dillon. And that one rolls out of play with 2.5 minutes to go in our first half. You'll hear from some more of our sponsors coming up at the break, including Vault Athletics and Fitness and One Life, Dairy Queen, among others. Chicho's Pizza as well. Looking to come in here will be Marin Baxley, number 9, who's just at the bottom portion of your screen.
Nice pass. Guys, I need some energy over here to get some energy over here. You got it,
Upcoming games for the Dolphins. They play host to Green Run in 2 days at Norview. Matchup for them on Friday. Eastern District foe out of Norfolk. Ocean Lakes host Bayside on the 10th. Hosting Churchland on the 11th of October. At Hickory, October 12th. Hosting Grassfield, which is a school in our top 10 rankings, on October 16th. And the regular season finale dotted for October 7th against Tallwood. Along the near sideline, McGreeny trying to make a nice soft pass up ahead to Claire Holmes, but couldn't do so. Now Holmes has it. She's been operating a lot on that baseline area, looking for Reguini. And Ocean Lake's ready for it behind Nino Elizondo. Elizondo around midfield with 20 ticks to go. Sure looks like we might be headed for a 1-0 score at the half, and no goals scored in this period, but PA will get one more crack here. Takes a couple of hops, and there's going to be a penalty corner in the final ticks of our half. It's the 6th of the half and 2nd of this period for PA. And Ocean Lakes, the coaches applaud. They like getting to halftime only down by a goal. It's a 1-0 lead at the half for PA. And this matchup from the Regional Training Center on our first Tuesday of October 2023. It's the 3rd day of October. We'll step aside and hear from a smattering of sponsors, beginning with Chicho's, where it is more than just a pizza.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Okay, who here has reached peak fall?
Peak what?
Peak fall!
I am wearing plaid.
And I'm wearing a cardigan.
I guess I am eating snickerdoodle cookie dough.
And I am eating a pumpkin pie blizzard.
The new DQ Fall Blizzard menu has reached peak fall. Pumpkin pie, snickerdoodle cookie dough, and more. They are back!
I just love fall.
Apparently we all do.
Oh, they did it! Peak fall achieved! DQ, happy tastes good.
Revitalize your property today. Shine Time is your turnkey solution for all power washing and painting projects. With years of experience in both residential and large-scale commercial settings, their focus is to bring new life to your home, building, or outdoor space and ensure 100% customer satisfaction every time. Shine Time Power Wash.
At CHKD, sports medicine is more than just treating injuries. It's a whole team approach to caring for young athletes. With experienced physicians, surgeons, trainers, and rehab specialists here when kids and teens need them most. Our experts help young athletes prevent injuries too, with advanced training and conditioning programs that keep them in the game safely. CHKD Sports Medicine, where kids are more than patients and we're more than a hospital.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf. Powered by Sport Group.
We're about ready for the third period to get underway here at the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach, where currently Princess Anne clings to a 1-0 lead on Ocean Lakes. And I do apologize, we've not gotten a number 4 name because the roster that was supplied still has that same individuals that I was given. So maybe somebody will comment to us or send us a note, let us know on our chat, or help us out if you're out there and you know. All right, so third quarter underway, and we'll also work on hopefully getting the clock unfrozen because it has started. So while that is taking place, we'll actually fire up the clock on our end to give you an approximation of where we are in terms of time remaining in this third quarter as we move it along. Looks like it says about 14:10 on the official clock out there, so we'll keep panning to it. Thanks to Garrett Jackson on camera today, giving you the angles and the shots. Matt Hatfield with you on the call as Princess Anne is trying to maintain or increase this lead to get to 6-1 on the year. Ocean Lakes coming in needing a win to get to 500 at 3-4. And PA in the white unis going from right to left now in this half. Got the game's lone goal at the 8:04 mark of the first period from Emerson Eves, who was among the scores we had last week in that 4-3 overtime thriller for PA over Kellum in the rain. In that game, we literally had 7 different players score, which is pretty rare to have 7 goals in a game and it be done by 7 different players. Now, one player did have 2 assists, and that's Ellis Cannon of Kellum. And looks like PA's on the board again, thanks to Sarah Ellis, who was able to slice one through. And it's going to come right around the 12:55 mark, we'll call it, as we'll pan out and give you a better approximation. We'll estimate around 12:55 in our third period when Sarah Ellis, the Richmond commit and senior, got that goal for Don Warner's Cavaliers to increase their lead to 2-0. And it is showing it was probably about 12:58, 12:59 on our board. So we'll try to hopefully get our score bug to reflect that for you. Until then, we'll keep it removed for the time being. PA on the move. Ellis has it now. Losing a stick was an Ocean Lakes player having to defend her. That's a very, very dangerous situation because she can make you pay if you're not there covering. And here's PA drawing a penalty corner opportunity behind number 8. Attacking forward, Emerson Eves with the game's first goal. scored last week as well. Eves into Ellis, and that's going to deflect off of a Dolphin player's foot, looked like. I think it went off of 11's foot. And wouldn't you know, there's no 11 out there on the roster sheet as well for Ocean Lakes. But going back to that game with Kellum and PA last week, Melina Magnano scored for the Knights. So did Lillian Engstadt. And I take that back. I think I said 7 players that scored. There was actually 6 players that did score. Magnano did have 2 goals for Kellum. So there was one player that did score 2 goals. But PA did have 4 different players score for them with Reguini, Eves, Ellis, and Clute. Now here's Ocean Lakes trying to catch up to it with number 10 for them. And that's Chloe McCall. 10:05 to go in our third quarter. And on the near sideline, Ocean Lakes trying to get working with double one here. Here's a real good golden opportunity. That one's going to take a hop up into the air. See if Ocean Lakes can use one of those chips to create an advantage for them. As we tick down to 9 minutes to go, you see some of the cars driving by. A lot of traffic this time of day on Princess Anne as well as Dam Neck Road. Can create some havoc on the highways and byways, as they say. Up ahead, that's going to be picked by Ocean Lakes. Another good job by the Dolphins with number 25, Allie Orchard Hayes. My suspicion is that one of the 14s is wearing 4 or 11 today, either Carla Mendoza or Marissa Martinez. That's my suspicion. But again, that's just simply a guess. And that one gets away from... That was an easy dribbler, too. Surprised Don Warner didn't bring the shades today, as he's having to cover out that sun glare that's beaming down right on him. I'll have to bring him an extra pair of shades I've got. I've got quite a few. Here's Elizondo. Dolphins on the run here as they try to swerve inward. McCarty nearly had her pocket picked, but going to the turf is McCall. And that slip and then lost possession might have cost Ocean Lakes a chance to get into that semicircle area, but they've got it with Riley Dillon here on the side in. Approaching 6.5 minutes remaining in our third quarter. And Princess Anne's able to push it ahead and out of play. Gives us a chance to tell you about another one of our sponsors here at the Plex, and that is Tropical Smoothie Cafe, where you can eat better and feel better by stopping into Tropical Smoothie Cafe. They're bursting with fresh flavors. They offer grab-and-go catering, boxed lunches too. Tropical Smoothie Cafe is on Princess Anne Road, right across the street from TCC. And you can find them online at tropicalsmoothiecafe.com, where you can order now, download the app, get your mango mojo on. The Mango Berry Cosmo is back. They've also got the new Mango Monsoon, as well as the new Mango Bacon Brie. Mango Lime Colada. Now that's available online through the website or on the app until today. So if you want to try that today, you can go do that. Free sips and bites await when you join the Tropic Rewards and earn points towards free Tropic Faves. Closing in on 5 minutes to go in this third quarter, and Princess Anne with a 2-0 lead. I know our score bug is telling you it's 1-0, but no time is coming off of that, so we'll hopefully work on getting that corrected for you before we sign off here today. We do apologize, as it is synced to the scoreboard, but for some reason it's not coming up on our screen the way we'd like. Now it's Reguini sending it up ahead, and that's going to go far down the field and out of play towards the fence. Cavaliers with 31 goals now scored this season and just 7 given up. An average of 1 per game on that front as far as allowed. And in terms of the scoring of goals, right there between 4 and 5 per contest. Only game decided by 1 goal, though, was that win over Kellum just last Thursday in the rain, in a game that some thought we might not get in, including myself. Here is Ellis. Gets poked out again, but Ocean Lake's unable to save it before it goes out. Still very sunny on this Tuesday afternoon in Virginia Beach. Out to Mackenzie Short. Short with that long hit, and it's going to take a bounce off of a Dolphin, so it will stay in possession with PA. They find Reguini, who's been contained fairly well in this third quarter, but she can break through at the blink of an eye. Had that hat trick against Kempsville. Sydney now is able to scoot by the defender. Long feet ahead. Like many of the talented players across the Beach District, I think they get as much pleasure in getting the assist as they do the goal. They just want to help their team score. McCarty was trying to get that from Elizondo. Instead, it winds up in the reach of Chloe McCall. Lydia Sanzone for PA sends it up ahead, but there's Peyton Staub ready for it. That was going to go out of play and hit the fence, so Ocean Lakes will see Riley Dillon toss it over to a teammate to put it in from the side. Dolphins like that. As they draw a penalty corner, their first of this second half. And just one in the first half, which came in the second quarter. They were empty on that, but this is a chance to claw back into this game if they're able to score on it and capitalize. And they're going to count it. I think that goal will be awarded to number 3. As they were patient with it, and the patience and persistence pays off for Peyton Staub with about 58 seconds to go in our third quarter. As that goal will give Ocean Lakes a little extra hope and a boost they were looking for. It'll actually technically come at exactly 1 minute to go in our third quarter as I watch the replay. And I'll check out the replay again just to be sure that was Peyton Staub, but we're pretty confident in saying that that was the one who scored the goal on that penalty corner sequence. Now Ocean Lakes has a chance to tie it up real fast here in a span of less than a minute. Looks like Staub got it right back after making a little short pass to the far post side and scored it. Does indeed appear that was Peyton Staub who scored that goal. With the sun glare creating some shadows for a lot of our viewers here from the Plex and the training center. Under 10 seconds to go now in this third quarter. And we're going to go to the fourth quarter with a 2-1 lead for Princess Anne. We'll hear from Vault and Chicho's Pizza, maybe throw in another sponsor as well before we come back with the fourth quarter conclusion on this Tuesday in October, right here on BeachSportsPlex.com and on the YouTube channel as well. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll be back with you in just a bit.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf, powered by Sport Group.
It's powered by Sport Group, the surface specialist, AstroTurf, the leader in synthetic turf. It's not only aesthetically appealing, but it's designed to withstand the demands of the game. And they've been the brand that these athletes get to participate on ever since the beginning of field hockey action at the training center, since 1965. That's the AstroTurf brand that's been driven by forward-thinking ingenuity. Fourth quarter underway now with Ocean Lakes and Princess Anne. as a jet flies over top of us. Cavaliers with Sidney Reguini looking to increase its lead. I know their score bug is not working properly today, so we apologize for that right now. It's 2-1. Princess Anne on top of Ocean Lakes. 2-1 is our count. Emerson Eves scored the game's first goal at the 8:04 mark of the first period. We got to halftime with that margin being 1-0. No scoring in the second quarter. Had 2 goals in the third quarter as Sarah Ellis scored just 2 minutes and 5 seconds into the half. The Richmond commit for Don Warner's program. And then Peyton Staub getting Ocean Lakes on the board with a minute to go in the third quarter off a penalty corner situation for the Dolphins. Emerson Eves got a rebound goal following a penalty corner sequence there. So we head to the fourth now, and Princess Anne will try to close things out. They have about a 6-2 edge in penalty corners, I think it is, at last check for the game. Dolphins on the run here, trying to get back into PA territory. But Ellis is able to slow them up and swipe possession here for PA. Looking for a cutter there. I think it would have behooved Lydia Sanzone to slice towards the net there. That would have been a great sequence for them. But the timing just was not on point there. Now trying to deny Burnham McCarty and the Dolphins. You got Reese Clute. Trying to get that flat stick tackle. Come the Dolphins again. Pass it a short post, and they're going to score it here. As that is number 4, I think, getting the goal. The young lady we don't have a name for. Off the, I think, the feed from Brenna McCarty. Wouldn't you know it, Ocean Lakes gets on the board to tie this thing up. 11:53 to go in our game. No, it was hard for you to view with that sun glare. Extremely hard to decipher the numbers on that scoring play, but we do think it was 4 from 1 McCarty with the assist. She had a trio of them just last Thursday. So Ocean Lakes, like they did against Kellum, coming from 2 goals down on a couple of different situations. I should say, beg your pardon, not last Thursday, last Tuesday. They made things interesting in that matchup. And here they are again. They were down in that game 2-0, 3-1, 4-2, and then they tied things up at 4-all. Kellum went up 6-4. Dolphins got a goal from Peyton Staub on an assist from McCarty with 3:42 to play, but Kellum answered with 13 seconds later with a goal to give them that breathing room and slight cushion that they needed so badly. Now can Princess Anne recover after being up by 2 goals? Here's Ellis. Weaves to the left, tries to make a pass back the other way on a no-look feed, but Ocean Lakes was covering up well there. Tied at 2 with 9.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Excuse me. This game slated to conclude in regulation at about 5:15, but it might require overtime like the game did here on Thursday with Princess Anne and Kellum. Dolphins with Ellis. Gets it over to a teammate in Holmes. Here's PA pushing forward. Trying to get that connection of Sydney Reguini to Raylan Perez. And Princess Anne getting that done. Three to 2 now the count. As we've hit under 8 minutes to go in this game. It's actually going to be a Reguini goal, by the way. We thought it was assisted. But she hit it from a long distance away. Just a tremendous shot. Outside the semicircle area. And she made it 3-2. Now the Cavaliers trying to milk some clock here and keep this lead, which will not be easy the way Ocean Lakes has been persistent here in the second half. And that one takes a hop off the far post side. Under 6 minutes to go now in regulation. Does Ocean Lakes have another comeback in, and they better stop Sid the Kid. Reguini again with another long delivery. Ocean Lakes is able to intercept that one. Ellis gets it on the rebound. 0-0 in goal for the Dolphins, doing a good job. And that is Marley Smith. Everybody hovered right there around the goal. And here comes a corner for PA as Roos Kloot trots out there. It's the first one of this final stanza. As they showed no panic after losing the 2-goal lead. They get it to Reguini, and another one's going to come for PA. So time is ticking down, and Ocean Lakes is running short on time here. Valiant comeback effort might be dashed. And the Mackenzie Short gets deflected out. Reguini's got it. Another nice save by Marley Smith. And I got to give credit also to Bella Rivers in there, right in front of the goalkeeper with some sticky defense. And she actually, I think, knocked one of those intended shots out of there. But PA's got it right back as Sarah Ellis is looking to take matters into her own hands. And that one's going to be hit with some big-time powder and will sail out of play. Looks like Raylan Perez is getting ready to come back into the game as we're closing in on just 3 minutes to go. Ellis now. And that one's going to be pushed out of play. Not a whole lot of time left for Ocean Lakes to get on the board and tie this thing up. Near sideline, Ellis tries to get it up ahead to Linguini, but Ocean Lakes gets to it. And now we're seeing a couple double teams from the Cavaliers to try to get possession, and I think Don Warner then wanting his team to choose some clock. .255 and counting showing on the clock. And once again, Ocean Lakes couldn't get a full head of steam for Chloe McCall. Dolphins are definitely battling in this one. Just running out of time as they're watching the clock tick down to 2:30 to go. Here's a chance now for Ocean Lakes. But Ellis got her stick right there in the way. Looks like that's Peyton Staub. Oh, an inadvertent swing at it. And now PA just sends it out of play. That was a real intentional just smack to slow up the Dolphins here, who are working hastily to tie this thing up. Staub along the baseline area, and PA's going to get possession back. This is going to help them with 1:50 to go. Just bleed the clock. Bleed it dry. We have a chance to give another one of our sponsors a shout out. That's Vault Athletics and Fitness. The Vault Fitness facility is Hampton Roads' newest 13,000 square foot facility located in the Hilltop section of Virginia Beach, where they specialize in youth athlete development, personal training, small group training, and specialty fitness classes. Vault Athletics and Fitness. You can learn more about them online at vaultathleticsandfitness.com. That's vaultathleticsandfitness.com. This game is being streamed today, and a bunch of others can be viewed in our archives on the Virginia Beach Sportsplex YouTube channel. Bookmark beachsportsplex.com on your browser, and whether you're watching on a mobile device, tablet, computer, any type of viewing, we want you to smash that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. You'll get notifications when we go live with any events, be it football, soccer, lacrosse, field hockey, you name it. And our podcasts and shows as well. And Ocean Lakes, you can see just the frustration here as they're watching time run down. They really put forth a great effort. Staub, McCarty, and company. But Princess Inn, if they get possession here in these final few seconds, they're going to avoid the comeback being completed for the Dolphins. And they will get the victory here over Ocean Lakes as PA pushes its record to 6-1 on the season. thanks to Sydney Reguini's goal. Second time she's had a game winner here in less than a full week on our streaming channel. And again, you've watched this matchup courtesy of all of our great sponsors making things possible with us at Hometown Sports Productions. I want to thank Garrett Jackson for his work on camera. This is Matt Hatfield, and we appreciate you tuning in. Final score, Princess Anne 3, Ocean Lakes 2. Dolphins dropped to 3-5. Cavaliers now 6-1 on the year. And we'll talk to you next time from the Regional Training Center in Virginia Beach. Let's hear one more time from our sponsor that's made this broadcast possible, Chicho's Pizza.